Hey guys, this is Random Stuff with Alex Hughes. I believe today is maybe day 21 or 22 of trying to tie up some loose ends. And yeah, so I started off the day pretty normal. Like I said, it's pretty dark, or it's actually very dark when I get up at 5:30 in the morning. Still getting up at the same time. But getting up this morning wasn't too bad. I took a shower, as usual, cold shower, and because we're getting closer to fall, it definitely is feeling like a cold shower. But yeah, I ended up having my breakfast today, and the smoothie I had was definitely full of lemons, and I definitely loved the energy rush I got, and it just perks you up. Of course, I put the entire lemon in there, even with the skins. And then I had my pancake, which was very flavorful. I loved the way that the baking powder made it rise, so it was almost like a bread. And the dates were +2, very sweet. And then I had let's see. Oh yeah, I think I had some cream cheese on top of that. That was actually a really good addition. And I had a Spanish or Mexican rice with some soy rizo, which was really tasty. Very filling. It got me enough energy to do the walk this morning. Wasn't actually too cold. The sun was out and really clear outside. That's pretty nice. But other than that, let's see. Yeah, the weather was great. Temperature wasn't too bad. I think I was pretty mindful this morning. Yeah, I was actually kind of inspired yesterday. When I was able to just like completely clear my mind to the point of just like peace, and it was great. But yeah, I ended up going on a walk. I got to Vista High School, and then I started watching videos about adulting. Just some adult tips because I like to think I'm 21 now, but I got to 22. But yeah, I ended up just checking out those videos. Very helpful and pretty funny. Some financial tips, some life tips. But yeah, I ended up, let's see what I did. I got home and did my face mask. I did mostly a yogurt mask today. Still trying to aim for those lines on top of my forehead. But overall, yeah, my skin is definitely getting lighter. Um, Definitely smoother. Just like my skin texture is very smooth. Of course, I got the gristle. But yeah, it's been working very well. I've been doing it for like a month now, and just like daily, I mix up a base of flour. Usually put ginger in there, some tea leaves, and then of course some liquid, whether it be milk, half and half, yogurt. I even did kefir. Um, but I'm definitely seeing results in terms of my skin, the quality. Um, I feel like my wrinkles are disappearing. But yeah, overall, just doing that consistently. Um, yeah, I ended up leaving, and I went over to Miracosta. No gym today because I got class. But what I was working on was mainly YouTube, just trying to check comments. Um, and then I was also, oh yeah, descriptions too. And then I was working on my watch later stuff, which had to do with there was like a one about how to make a vinyl to uh, digital audio file. I had some vinyl over here. I gotta put it in there, and then I was also watching a video about sharing your emotions. It was a TED Talk, and overall, yeah, the TED Talk was cool because it was in Latvia. It was in Latvia, and he was just talking about how some of his experience, kind of a sad experience. He lost his dad, and he was just sharing how he needed to process those emotions, and he was talking about the kid he saw trying to get cookies at the store, and how uh, the mom was like, he couldn't get 10 cookies, so she was upset. But overall, yeah, that was definitely, I agree. He should share his, or it's good to share your emotions and to be able to process those emotions, but definitely not let those emotions get the best of you. From my own experience, because definitely emotions are very powerful and they can be very toxic because they can cloud your mind and control your life, whether that be anger, which I've experienced, where I've just been easily agitated by other people, and I just kind of push it aside, and or anxiety, or really kind of fearful emotions, which I know exactly various situations that happened over my life, and I've let that really control my ability to function just in life in general, and to be able to do things and socially interact, and that's one of those things that I think I got a hold of. I stopped the cycle, the BS cycle. I stopped that, and there's literally, I've stopped it to the point where I don't have any, that the amygdala fires, those chemicals. I feel like I've stopped the amygdala firing. There's still the thoughts that come up, but the amygdala doesn't fire anymore. So there's no more interest for my mind to attach to. So just got to keep practicing the mindfulness, and then eventually it'll disappear completely. But other than that, I ended up, what did I do? Yeah. So I was working on, excuse me. And then, had my smoothie with, I think it was like a pomelo, grapefruit basically. And then I ended up, I was working on the Zoom class, talking about basically different communication methods, whether that be email or memos or direct or indirect. I think what I realized was I got to keep on top of the online classes. And overall, yeah, I would say that the Zoom session was a lot better. The internet quality was better than Del Mar. It wasn't dropping as much. But yeah, I ended up working on my classes still. But I have to keep on top of it because I noticed there was some assignments that were due. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't remember seeing that assignment. And it was something kind of flew under the radar. But usually I'm pretty good at keeping on top of it, so I was quite surprised. But that's kind of why I wanted to be in class, because I actually feel like I can maintain that schedule. Because being in class, you see the professor or the teacher, and then that kind of spurs you to do the homework and to learn the content and take notes. And then, you do the examples, and then after that you go to the library, and then you do the homework. And it's the schedule that you maintain that I think is super beneficial, because it just becomes the expectation of you go to class, you leave class, and then you do you stay at the library for hours, and then you do the homework, and then you do that again until the semester's over. And just overall, I think that's very beneficial to have that. Whereas if it's purely online, which I've done in the past before, guys, where you have to really keep on top of everything. And sometimes it gets ahead of you, and sometimes there isn't any content like lectures, and that gets a little bit tricky. But overall, I had a great conversation with a career counselor about what I'm doing. I needed some direction. I've been applying, and people have been checking out my applications. I had one interview, and I have another interview coming up for an internship, but I really want something to come through so that way I can save up. I really got to get back to Cal State San Marcos. It's no joke, guys. I got to get back to Cal State. The leave of absences are starting to be like, I got to get back. I got to get back and just jumpstart my career and get this thing going, guys. Be able to save up and start the vision board back there. Be able to get that bachelor's degree, be able to get a nice house along the coast of San Diego, be able to travel to different countries, and be able to live the lifestyle, get a car, be able to have a house, an apartment, live on my own. I don't mind living at home. It's just, I feel like, like I'm the age I'm at right now, and I think I got to get started with that, definitely find a job, and be able to save up. And so that's why I'm kind of going all in and trying to find something. I ended up leaving, and I got some content for Taste North Santa Fe. I was at the library. I think they finally decided to let people inside, which is, I mean, yeah, it's definitely a blessing. Yeah, I was doing research, and I was just surprised, to be honest. The sources being used for my class are from Wikipedia. It just shocks me. Just being told at Cal State San Marcos, first year, and I think it was one of the first classes I had, where they told me don't use Wikipedia as a source because, I mean, it's not really reliable in the sense that anybody could edit it. I mean, anybody around the world, you don't know what their background is. You don't know who's editing this. So basically, you're just relying on an anonymous source editing the content. So as a student who is just learning, you're learning from a source online that really has no credibility. And even the sources they use might be just general sources. They're not like by experts. There's no citations, which is, as a college student, is just really, really sketchy because you don't know how much knowledge they have in that field. And if that's the case, then it's like, how do you know if they're just not a kid? They're just like, some kid doing that for the heck of it, or somebody with kind of bad intentions trying to manipulate people. So you got to be really careful with Wikipedia, and I don't think I'd necessarily trust it as a source, a reliable source, especially for a student just starting off. So I was definitely surprised reading those articles. Some of the articles aren't really in depth either. I mean, I guess that's kind of like less reading, but I still I guess I should learn from a reliable source that has more. But other than that, I came back, had a great conversation with one of the neighbors, and I think today was great. I mean, I did have definitely a good conversation with the career counselor. She was very helpful, and I learned a lot, and she just kept, asking for questions. I'm like, wow, great source. Got another fire application. They're looking at it twice, so it's a good sign. And so the things happen, and I was able to, the cycle didn't bother me at all. It's awesome. Things are going great, guys. Things are going great. But I'll see you tomorrow.